Hey Sarah. It is 4 o'clock in the morning, either on Monday night or Tuesday, depending how you want to think of that. And I am probably about to start reading a new book. And I'm either going to really, really love it or really, really hate it. And before I get all impassioned one way or another about that, I want to get today's video done. So I want to start with a couple of things about your Matilda video. I hope that Stephen King did read Matilda and was inspired by that story too when he decided to write Carrie. It's probably not true, I'm totally making it up, but I'm going to pretend like it's true because I like that idea. Did you know that M. Night Shyamalan, when he wrote The Sixth Sense, was inspired by episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark on Nickelodeon? Fun fact. Great show, also. So today I'm going to bend and or possibly break our rules. Do we really have rules? I'm not sure that we do. Wait, I really want to talk about the Lizzie Bennet Diaries. When the project was first announced, I was honestly kind of annoyed by it for a couple of reasons. One, what does Hank Green have any business doing making Pride and Prejudice adaptations? Hank was like, I want to introduce people to Austen in a new way. I was annoyed that he chose Pride and Prejudice because there's already so much out there. Why not? There are still a lot of Sense and Sensibility adaptations, but not half as many as Pride and Prejudice. Or there are, there's Emma, which Clueless is amazing, but it's kind of the only one. There's almost nothing for Mansfield Park or Persuasion. Persuasion could be really good, actually. He could, be in the army, and they meet and fall in love, and then he goes off, and they kind of forget about each other, and then they get reunited. And I might have just described The Notebook, actually. But of course, it's Pride and Prejudice, and I love it. So I went ahead and I watched the first few episodes of the Lizzie Bennet Diaries as they were coming out. And I wasn't feeling it. But then I started to notice on Tumblr people were kind of coming around to it. And I was kind of at this point where I was like, I don't want to want it, but I kind of do. And then I noticed from GIF sets on Tumblr that Darcy showed up. And they were interacting. So then I immediately went to go watch the ones with Darcy in them. And I went ahead and I watched all 8 hours of Lizzie Bennet footage, including the side vlogs that have showed up, in 2 days. Oops. And anyway, what I have to say about it is that it, literally in the most basic sense of the word, they exceeded my expectations. It was nothing like I expected, and it was something completely better. The details really very closely follow the original novel. I feel like the story is not about the same things. I think the Lizzie Bennet Diaries do a really good job of making the things the characters care about really relevant. What I'm seeing in the Lizzie Bennet Diaries is a coming of age story about a time in her life that we don't really have a lot of coming of age stories in, which is this post-college, pre-grown-up life that I definitely am currently in. Lizzie is 24 and she lives at home and she is finishing up a degree that she's not exactly quite sure how she's going to make it work in her in the career world. And she is dealing with the idea of getting a job for money and continuing to do something that she is really passionate about and believes in. And she is, trying to figure out how to work with her family. And there's a lot in there about her relationship with her two sisters. And pretty much everything about it hits so ridiculously close to home for me. I can't even begin to describe it. It's just mind-blowing. And I didn't expect to feel so connected to it. Another thing that really surprised me that's not even in Pride and Prejudice at all is the friendship that forms between Lydia and Mary. And I think that's a really important lesson for young girls today, that just because you don't think that you have anything in common with somebody doesn't mean that's true. Just because they dress different or act different doesn't mean that you can't be really good friends. So if you have a spare 8 hours, 2 consecutive nights to do nothing but watch YouTube, like me, definitely check it out. I was really, really, really pleasantly surprised by it. So next week I'll probably actually talk about a book, and I'll see you later.